Yep.
So you have a tree, you've got...
I have a tree, I have a menorah, I have, I got it all going on.
Right. And you guys have been singing and dancing all over the country. Who started this and what kind of fun is that?
It was all her idea.
Yeah, like Lucy.
And I wish she would think up something else because it's exhausting, frankly.
I'm just boogieing down. Yeah, you're the one that brought all this on. It's good.
Actually, I think it was your idea, Sharon.
Uh-oh.
Oh, shit.
And I went, okay. And then we sat and organized it, and it all happened, and then that was for the first Roxy show. And then it kind of snowballed on to New York, Chicago, and now we're back to the Roxy.
The addiction set in.
I don't know. This is the funny thing, though. I was just talking to Ren about it, that I'm discovering something about myself in the last year where I hate to repeat myself. I hate to repeat the experience, you know. So the Roxy was really scary, and it was its own thing. And then I guess the next one in New York built on it. Wasn't New York the next one? New York built on that. Mm-hmm. Then we went to Chicago and tried a completely different feel.
Which was great.
Yeah, that was the R&B feel. And I was reviewing it the other day and looking at the songs that really worked, which were very much in the vein of those musicians. You could tell that the songs that they innately understood really rocked out. That was very interesting to me. It's like, so when you go to a certain town and you want musicians that have the character of that town, you must choose music that suits them and you.
That is really interesting.
It's some sort of magical coalescence, some
well, their culture's
alchemy.
Right there, and they can enhance what they know.
And then you go on this magical carpet ride through their culture, you know, which was just unbelievable. Such a priceless experience, and I would love to see them again, actually. But this next show, since I don't have them and I don't want to go backwards, I have to do something completely different, and I want to really pare it down, like you said, and just get back to just like friends and family, because a good number of these fans now are, you know, they've become like a different kind of family.
Yeah.
Like a work family. Yeah. And I want to do something that is really private almost. I know that sounds weird, but...
Not at all.
It will not be slick. That's the only thing I could say right now. It will not be slick, but it will be very personal. And
so I have a question, then, going back to what you said. If you're doing it at the Roxy, what culture of LA would you want to pull into it? Or is it, they're so diverse you can do whatever you want?
I think I'm going right back to, it's like my living room. It's not, I don't know about LA, it's just like, this is my...
Oh, what do you sing here? Like we're singing right now.
Right, this is, like my backing singers are going to be Tony Award-winning Marissa Jarrett Winoka.
Oh, that's so
her
great.
husband, Big Judah, who my son's named after, and Daisy, my daughter. So this is not professional, but it's going to be really personal.
Oh, that's
kind of like what they used to have in Hollywood at George Gershwin's house. Everyone would come over.
This is like, come over to George Gershwin's house. And do you know what? This house actually used to belong to a famous lyricist from the 50s.
That's right.
Actually, hang on. No, earlier than that, like, 30s, 40s, and 50s.
Didn't you, at some party, someone was on the piano and you were singing along to Christmas carols or something?
Oh, I can't remember. Oh,
maybe.
Remember
like, that's hard to see you, you know, that sort of idea.
Yeah, that
okay,
that kind of feeling. I wanted it to be like the Bing Crosby Christmas special, but it'll be a little bit crazy because of who we all are.
Because it's you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
David Bowie will walk in.
Well,
you'll do the little drummer voice.
I can't promise David.
That's lovely. Well, what I love about your shows is that your personality and your emotion comes out in your songs, and you take us all on a journey. People connect with you anyway in your music, you know?
Well, this time...
So this is going to be even wilder.
Yeah, but I have no idea yet what I'm singing, but I'm meeting with my musical director next week, and I just... I don't know. This is come on into the living room, you know.
Well, that's an interesting point. You say her personality comes out in her music. What's coming out when you're in your dancing? Is that you? Whips and ticklers and...
I definitely have a whip at home. We all know that. I know. But there's definitely the wild Renee that, you know, that sort of balances my...
Vixen.
Yeah, I love sexy clothes. I love all that stuff. I love to dance. I've always loved to dance. So it's great. I mean, I'm not used to whipping so much, you know, in front of...
In public.
Yeah, you know. Actually, I don't really... It's just... Yeah, do I whip? I mean,
Do you whip? Let
do
it
I
whip.
really whip?
Go ahead,
Let it
spit
whip.
out,
Or
Renee.
like, you know, if I'm trying to be
Whip it good.
silly. It's exactly like you see on stage. If I'm being silly, then yeah, you know, there will be whipping, you know, but it's just a part of life.
You should ask some of the Xena stuntmen about Renee and meting out punishment. She knows how to do it just fine.
Oh my gosh. But you know, I do like dancing. But I haven't seen the, yeah, you know, the last one was different. It's not really what I was expecting. I thought the Let It Whip would be similar to what we did at the convention. I don't know why, but it just felt different.
Yeah.
There was just a sense of soul and groove going on, and so the
told
dance
you.
felt different. Yeah.
Yeah, I told you afterwards that your dancing was entirely different than the first two shows. It just felt that way watching
It
it.
was just fun. It's fun being up there. And
Yeah.
with the I love that Ray Charles number. Oh my gosh. Still listen to that song and just go, oh,
Baby, what I
so-
say?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, every time I hear it, I just get
Ding,
transported
ding,
back
ding,
there.
ding, 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 ding. Yeah,
Just
it's a
wanna
good
shake
one.
it with you. It's so funny.
With the diamond ring.
That was fun.
So it's been a year at least since we guys were together.
It's been a year and a
And,
half. I was pregnant, so it's been over a year and a half.
Oh my gosh, I didn't realize it'd been that
Yeah.
long. Well, this is one of the reasons why you guys have been all over the world, all over the country, doing all kinds of projects. So I thought we'd cover a bit of it. Recently, one of you played Wonder Woman and the other Indiana Jones. Who played which?
Well, I didn't play Wonder Woman.
I certainly don't remember being Harrison Ford.
So you did.
You've done Harrison Ford a couple of times.
This was a little different, yeah. I wasn't playing the male version of Harrison Ford. This was sort of the lady who goes on an expedition similar to Raiders of the Lost Ark.
This
It's a
a
whole
movie
different
called
character.
Genesis Code.
Yeah. So I
From
played a
the-
woman who basically is trying to prove that there is existence out there that's greater than our own physical being. That's what she's doing. She's trying to show her ex-husband that he should have faith. He should have faith in God, spirituality. You know.
Is this, so you filmed this in Bulgaria. How did you wind up getting the part? And is that the crux of the movie? Or I know you have a husband, is there another male lead?
The male lead is really Tim DeKay, and he plays my ex-husband, which was so much fun to do because there's so many elements, you know, that are sort of personal that you just want to use, you know what I mean? In acting, like you bring out real feelings, you know, or you make comparisons to your own life. And so it was just so much fun to transcend the formula that the Sci-Fi Channel has and make it something that's more like a personal drama or comedy between us. So I really enjoyed doing that. And it just sort of came about. I was talking to the Sci-Fi Channel and said I was interested in doing some things and was giving them ideas that I had because I like to sort of get involved in the whole process. And they basically said, we've already done this or we already have something in production. And then it came up and it was just the right fit. And I was willing to go to Bulgaria for a month with the kids. That was the big thing for me. So I've always been hesitant about taking my kids on location, you know.
But
It was pretty good. You know, we were in Bulgaria. Iris became very sick, so she was in the hospital for 3 days.
Oh, no.
In a hospital where they don't speak English. So it was kind of trying. I was spending the night in the hospital and then going to work all day. But, you know, it's funny how your adrenaline...
was your mother there?
Thankfully, my mom was there.
Oh my God, you must have had a heart
It
attack.
was
That was
challenging.
stressful,
It was
yeah.
stressful. But, you know, your adrenaline as a mother keeps you going. And then I so loved the project that I wasn't tired at all. You know, you just keep pushing through.
Did you come home and collapse?
No, but it's funny, the third day I had all my dialogue, and there's about 8 pages, and it's just my talking. It was just like monologues of information, and I don't know how they'll put it together, but I was worried I wouldn't remember the lines after 3 days of really not sleeping much.
Oh!
And I was so lucky because I finally kept thinking, there was a part of me that kept looking to my own spirituality, and it was about spirituality anyway, going, just let it go, you know, let it happen. And I did, and then suddenly the words would come, you know. But each time I'm like, fuck, you know, excuse me.
Grace.
Sorry.
You
I was
got
like,
grace, yeah.
you know, and the other actors were all talking, and it was really distracting. I'm like, yeah, let the grace of God just happen, let it happen. And that was a huge lesson for me as an actor,
Yeah.
that you know it, you know. You don't have to work so hard.
It's in you, don't worry
It's
about
in
it.
you,
Somewhere,
yeah.
I think you mentioned that a bit when you did the play on stage, either one of the characters, or maybe you were talking to me before.
Well, you forget though.
Yeah, keep reminding yourself, yeah.
There's some divine intervention in here somewhere, you know. And I found that to be really true.
That's cool. That's really cool.
It's fun.
And how did you wind up being Wonder Woman? This was a...
I can't remember. I don't know.
What is
Somebody
Wonder
rang
Woman?
up. No, I did.
Oh, the Justice League.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, the voice
That's
of
right,
Wonder
that's
Woman
right,
for the
that's
Justice League. But
That's
well,
cool.
you know, somebody rings your agents, says, "Are you available?" And I wanted to. I'd never felt that I had done that form of performance very well before. I did. Had a taste of it on.
The
what was it?
Hercules one?
animated
The animated Hercules Xena and on Simpsons, but
Oh, yeah.
they were such. I was so new to it, I didn't understand that type of performance. So I did it a couple more times with Justice League and for Dragonlance.
Cool.
And it was great. I really enjoyed the experience, but it's very short. You've got to remember that you go in there for an hour and a half,
Wow.
2 hours maybe. You're done.
Wow.
And then it takes another year and a half before they animate it, and probably a few more months before they put it out there. And you've kind of forgotten all about it in the
Yeah.
meantime. Well, you could ask me a
Yeah.
week later and I would have forgotten about it. Yeah.
Well, so I remember on the animated one on Hercules Xena that you only had about maybe one chance to get it. Was it similar to that? You know, when you think of you're doing a movie in an hour and a half, you're really only doing it one time through, right?
You get a few times,
Okay.
a few times, and you just have to trust the director to say yes, that's what you want, because
Of course. Yeah.
they have the image and their, you know, how the shot, the artwork's going to come out, and you can't
It's matching.
see. You have nothing in front of you to draw on for
hard.
information,
And no other actors.
Doesn't work.
and no other actors.
That's really tough.
Yeah, so you're very often with these things. Oh, wait a minute. So you were going from no actors,
Yeah. There are no actors around.
no other actors.
There were no actors.
Get that.
Wow.
Get your line.
Yeah, because there's nothing.